with my boy Xabi. How you been, man?
Good, you?
Good. So, quick recap with Xabi. You guys definitely saw him in the Suffer Beautifully video that Brian put out sometime last year.
Yeah.
It was him, Legless John, Miles, Tommy. But he is one of the adaptive guys that used to train here regularly. He actually did his first competition ever was last year's East Coast Most Powerful, and that was a huge moment, especially for that yoke.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
I remember you on the end of the yoke, just yelling, and you kept pushing, and like just getting to the land.
And went into the open class, guns blazing, one arm, and still went in there, no complaints. Didn't try to talk anybody into making something more adapted to him. He adapted to it. It's just the type of people we like to surround ourselves with here at Never State. This has been about a year since you were here. So what have you all gotten into since you've been gone back in Spain?
Yeah, when I got back, I really wanted to keep getting stronger, and I didn't want to go to like just a conventional gym. I wanted to train like I used to train here. I know it was going to be a challenge because we don't have like a Strongman gym, but I came across CrossFit, and when I started the first 5 months, I was actually doing Brian's program. So I didn't really train CrossFit, but I just kept training strength. And
was it a conjugate or power building?
No, it's just like CrossFit gym. So I just went to a lot of open boxes, and just did my thing. They were super cool. They let me, and so I came across also like through all those months, Instagram. It's a great way to connect with other athletes. And I saw these guys, they were adaptive athletes as well.
Right.
And they were like doing all this cool stuff, climbing ropes, and I want to do that.
Show us your, check that out. Yeah.
Talk about suffering. Not And they told me that there was this adaptive competition in the Open that was gonna go with the CrossFit Games Open.
Right.
It's like, okay, I want to totally do that. And so in January I started preparing for that. I never done a chest to bar, no double unders, but like I was just excited and about, I wanted to compete again. I knew Strongman wasn't happening anytime soon, but I had that opportunity, and it was with people that had my same characteristic, with people without an arm, or that had the same like half arm like me. And so I started doing CrossFit, made it through the Open to regionals, then made regionals, and then I came to the Adaptive CrossFit Games in Collingwood, Canada last week.
Yeah.
And I didn't do as great, and like everyone's like, yeah, I should do great, and like it's all those voices, you're like, I won't, but and like when you're on the competition floor, it's like, and everyone's like, yeah, you'll do great next one, and like I do want to do great for myself, but all those you hear all those voices, and it's just tough to focus. And
how many adaptive athletes were at this competition?
So it was top 7. It was like from like people start like you start making rounds, and like less people start qualifying. But this was the final, and we were 7.
So it was top 7 from all over the world. So, and you finished where?
7.
He's top 7 in the world. I don't need to say anything else. I mean, he's like, I finished 7th. But he finished 7th in the world. At his first, it's your first CrossFit Games, right?
Yeah. It was my first one. I didn't want that to like be the main thing, or is it your first one? You're just gonna go for the experience. As an athlete, you want to go and win, no matter when. If it's your first, your 10th. I give my best, and this is what my best took me to this time.
Right.
just need to train smarter, and I'm excited. You know, I don't let these things draw me down, but like this is a new challenge, and just focused on things that I need to work on, and I'm excited for next year.
Yeah. So what's the plan for next year? Same thing, trying top 5 maybe or win.
Win. There's like Casey. He's like, I don't know if you saw his Instagram. He's this amazing guy who's like cleaning 300 pounds.
What's his name?
Casey Acree.
Casey Acree.
I'll share his.
And he cleaned. What's his?
He's the same like as me. Like half. Like he has his limb like me as well. So these good signs. He's killing it, and he has.
And he cleans 300 pounds.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
He has one arm and cleans 300 pounds.
Yeah. It's just crazy. We had to do a max rep clean, and he just did 300. And I don't know if that's his max. He just like did that. Yeah. So my goal, of course, is like it's to finish top 3. I know like seeing at me now and the results I had may seem very hard, but hard is what I like, and I'm excited to put the work in. You know, work harder, work smarter, and next year just be better, be more competitive, and finish top 3.
Right. So there's no. You mentioned to me earlier off camera that you were thinking about opening your own gym because there is no strongman scene virtually in Spain.
No.
If any of you guys out there in Spain, look him up.
Yeah.
And 2, start doing strongman.
Yes. We need to.
You need to. Like, it's in a catalyst right now, like where CrossFit was probably 5 or 6 years ago, on the verge of just exploding, and CrossFit did. That's what makes CrossFit different than everything else. I mean, you look how long powerlifting's been around, but it doesn't change. It's the same 3 lifts in its entirety, whereas CrossFit and Strongman, every competition you do has potential to be different in every single way.
And you also CrossFit Games, and they're adding like Strongman stuff into it. And I think, I don't know, like, but in Strongman, I don't know if they're, what you think, but you think they are like also like adapting like to adding CrossFit stuff, like, I don't know, like do something as fast as you can, or like.
Yeah, so there's stuff like that already. Like there's like a lot of medleys, so fastest time wins. Like it'll be 3 kegs over a bar, or it'll be like a chain drag. It'll be like anchor chain, like these big chain links, and you got to drag it and then run and drag a sled and then carry like a sandbag, and it's all just like kind of CrossFit. It's all functional stuff you could potentially run into real life, like the stones. Where CrossFit does, you know, smaller stones to shoulder, we do like 300-pound stones to shoulder, but it's for max effort. And then we do stuff like as many reps as possible over bar in a minute. There's a lot more speed stuff making its way into Strongman. It's kind of like the new breed. I mean, if you watched, I just talked about this with Andy on a video I just released, the latest World Strongest Man. You got guys like Brian Shaw that are 440 pounds running and sprinting and moving incredibly fast with incredibly heavy objects, like full-blown naval ship anchors, picking them up and running with them. Not like trotting. Like they're running with it. And it's kind of like CrossFit now, but it's just way heavier.
That's why I want to build in Spain, you know, like a gym where you'll have your CrossFit, but we also like introduce Strongman.
Make the availability there for the and you'd be the only one. So like you have the potential to cornerstone that in your area.
And the Basque people, we've been lifting stones. Rogue actually has like a documentary about it. Like it's in our DNA. You just have to like, link in with stones, with logs, with circus dumbbells, and like bringing that, or like farmers carries. It's like putting it all together and bring, you know, just like awareness, and it's a fun sport, and like I love it, you know, and
I mean, it shows in your performance. I mean, you can't be like, I like this, and be top 7 in the world at something. You know, it's the best people in the world at anything that they do. It's beyond liking it. It's beyond loving it. It becomes an obsession, and I mean, when you're not doing something else, it's all you think about. It's all you do.
Definitely like challenging, you know, like you said, it's all you think about. You have a goal, you have to do this, and it's been like these 5 months. I've been isolated from like life. You know, it's been like I had to eat a certain way. I had to train like this amount of time. Then I had to work, so it's been like just fully focused on something. And you know what, I love that. And putting on the challenge, working towards something. And people are like, oh, you work out too much, you're obsessed. And I am obsessed. I want to be the best at this.
Of course.
You know? And
you have to have that.
You have to. If you don't have the drive, and if you are not willing to do the extra mile, then it won't happen. You know. And I'm loving it, and I'm loving that I have a community with me. I'm loving that I can give to the community as well. It's just like a cycle, you know. Once you find hard work finds passion in life,
and it meets, hold on to it.
It meets, and like then I think just
it
things
kind
are
of
happening.
blends itself. So with all that being said, what is your favorite thing about all this, whether it be CrossFit, Strongman, just favorite thing about the whole process of what we do?
I think that togetherness. I'm not in this, you know, when people are like, oh, I got here on my own, and no one gets places on their own. There's someone that helps you, even if it's like you watch a YouTube video, like Brian doing something or you doing something. I think that where I am now took a whole process of me being here, getting stronger mentally, me going back home, finding a community that supported me as well, and all that togetherness. It's my favorite, you know, like because you can go to the gym, work out, you know, like sweat and be like
have your headphones in the whole time, not talk to a single person,
and you're not that to me. I'm not growing. It's just me. If I don't have input, then I won't get better. I won't get stronger. And even if it's just, you know, like you have to respect your coach, respect the coaches. You have to respect the other athletes, the other members. And I think just that togetherness, not being alone in this, it's my favorite. Because if it was even if it's in an individual sport, you still have a community behind you, and that's my favorite part.
Awesome. What would be the thing you would say to these people that are watching this, whether it be about lifting life, or what would be Xabi's, here you go, take it or leave it?
What would be my advice, or definitely my advice because there's like so many people out there who aren't really doing what they love. And you know, you can be good at something, you know, and people quit too easy because I naturally do this easily. Like like I was saying, find that point where your passion meets hard work. And I think that if we were all doing what we really loved, the world will be a much better place.
Absolutely.
And because individually we can bring a whole lot to each community. Like you guys did here. So
it's contagious.
It's contagious. So find where your passion and hard work meet, put hours into that, and then just let the results come. They won't come fast. They won't come easy.
That's where the hard work kicks in.
Yeah, but definitely find something you're good at, you love, and put hours into it. To me, I didn't know it was like doing Strongman or CrossFit.
Yeah, I found this by accident.
And here I am, you know, that's where I could give to the community.
I mean, it brought our paths together. And who knows? I could say I got out of the military one day later, didn't meet the people I met that got me into Strongman and this, that, and the other, and we could have never met just because of like a 1 second difference in timing. It's crazy how that works out, but it's all because we found a passion. And our hard work, our paths collided. Yeah, and be patient. Be patient because results don't come easy, don't come fast.
You know, if you want to deadlift 500 pounds and you're at 200, you won't be deadlifting 500 by tomorrow.
So in the videos that I showed of Xabi doing over this, you saw that he was deadlifting what,
I put like 300.
300. When he left this time last year, he just hit 300,
Yeah.
and that was like, that was his PR. Like that was a number he had been trying to hit for a very long time.
Yeah.
And he just walked in, smoked 225, smoked 275, smoked 300, and just unloaded the bar. Just did it. And I was like, that was a big moment for you a year ago, and here you are, just like, 300. I'm gonna stand up with it.
Yeah, it's you know, like those are what keeps you going. You know, like you break something you thought you would never do. Like either there's like 300 or like climbing a rope. And with CrossFit, there's always something new.
Glass ceilings.
That you're like, oh, so Dave Castro put like a handstand walk, and like my Dave Castro for adaptive people, like who knows, next year he's gonna put like a handstand walk for like us single arm athletes, and like that could happen. So like I have to train, and then when you get it, you're like, okay, it took work, but it happened, and that's when you realize that once you put the hours in, then you get paid.
Yeah.
So
exactly, it all pays off.
It all pays off.
Well, man, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you doing this little interview. What a great surprise today was. Like, this was totally unexpected. I had no idea he was here. And he walked around the corner and my jaw hit the floor. I was like,
what?
It was, I couldn't have asked for a better surprise today, so thank you so much for stopping in.
Thank you guys for being here. It was like, I visit to the other side of the Atlantic, wouldn't be whole if I don't visit Narrowside. So up in Canada, I was like, I gotta go down and visit
Canadians.
Yeah.
So until next time, guys, you know what the deal is.
No.
Alright guys, that is it for the interview. You know what the deal is. Until next time.
Ir a por todas y abrazar el sufrimiento.